Dear students, welcome to PUC first year class. In the previous classes of the chapter biological classification, we have seen the five kingdom classification: Kingdom Monera, Kingdom Protista, Kingdom Fungi, Kingdom Plantia, and Kingdom Animalia. Earlier, I had told you the organisms that are found on the earth were put up in any of the kingdom, any of the five kingdom classification. They will be coming in any of these five kingdom class: Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. But now we are going to see some of the organisms like viruses, viroids, lichens. These organisms have not put up in any of the five kingdom classification. There are some of the organisms which are excluded from the five kingdom classification. These organisms do not belong to any of the five kingdom classification. So let us see why they have not included, because they not fit the, or they do not perform the characters that are there in that particular group. If we have not sure where to put them because of their characters, because of their lifestyle. So let us see what are they, why they have been not included in the five kingdom classification. As we are very familiar with the viruses, viruses are very dangerous. Now we can see corona, which is there, is one of the virus. One of the virus that causes the deadly pandemic disease. That is also so. Viruses causes diseases. They bring diseases to the plants and animals. Why viruses not included in any of the five kingdom classification? Because yet we don't know the clear characteristics of the viruses, whether viruses are living or non-living. Because some of the characters we have studied, where organisms need nutrition, organism grow, organism respond, all these. But here, some of the characters are missing, because when we take viruses, viruses do not grow. Viruses will get activated only on the substrate. There are so many things are there. Therefore, they have not been included in any of the five kingdom classification. They have been kept separate for the study. So, in five kingdom classification, acellular organisms, viruses and viruses and lichens are not mentioned, because that is the reason. Viruses are non-cellular and not truly living. Remember, they are not truly living, so that they are not included in any of the five kingdom classification. That is why it has become very difficult to find out the vaccines also. Viruses have an inert crystalline structure outside the living cell. If that is being formed, these viruses can live thousands of years. We don't know what is the lifespan of the viruses. We don't know. If they form into crystal form, they can be kept for thousands of years. Once when the substratum is up, they get substratum, further they will start growing. That's why they have not put them in any of them. Viruses are obligate parasites. They depend on others. They need the host. When they infect a cell, they take over the machinery of host cells to replicate themselves, killing the host. They replicate by killing the original cells. These are some of the characters of the viruses. A virus is nucleoprotein, that is, it has protein coat, what we call capsid, genetic material. It will be either RNA or DNA. Many of the times it will be having RNA, but sometime it will be having, some of the viruses will be having DNA. But in our cases, DNA is the genetic material. When we take higher organisms, so DNA will be the genetic material. But when we take the virus, it is made up of nucleoprotein and is having the RNA as genetic. No virus contains both RNA and DNA. Either RNA will be there or DNA will be there as genetic material, but not both. The genetic material is infectious. It is very infectious because it starts replicating in the living or host living organisms. Generally, viruses that infect plants have single strand RNA. RNA is always single strand, DNA is a double strand. Viruses that infect animals have either single or double stranded RNA or double stranded DNA. Generally, when we take human being, any plants, higher organisms, they will be having RNA of a single strand. But in viruses case, that infect animals have either single or double RNA or DNA. Bacteriophage virus infected bacteria is called bacteriophage, usually have double stranded DNA. The bacteriophage, this will be the one of the diagram you can see. The protein coat made up of small subunits protects nucleic acid. That protects the nucleic acid. Capsomeres are arranged in helical or polyhedral geometric forms. This is helical. One form is called helical. In this form, it is being arranged or in this polyhedral geometric form, they are being arranged. Viruses cause diseases. It will bring many of the diseases and kills off. Some of the diseases are mumps, smallpox, herpes, influenza, AIDS, corona. There are so many diseases are brought by the viruses. In plants, the symptoms can be mosaic formation, leaf rolling of the leaf, mosaic form patches are formed, curling of the leaf takes place or yellowing of the leaf takes place, vein clearing, dwarfing, stunted growth. These are some of the symptoms that we see in the plants. And another one is viroids. Viroids, it is an infectious agent with a free low molecular weight, RNA, and no protein coat. Protein coat will not be there. These are smaller than the virus. Further, these are much more smaller than the viruses. These viroids were discovered by T.O. Danier in 1971. He found that it caused potato spindle tuber disease. In the potato, spindle disease is being found, and from there he has named as viroids. This is the viroids. Another one is lichens. Lichens are symbiotic association. As we discussed in the earlier classes, lichens are having the symbiotic association between the algae and the fungi. Mutual useful association is there between algae and fungi. Here algae will give the food, fungi will give the shelter that is required, nutrition that is required. So that becomes the organism called lichens. The algal component is called phycobiont, which is autotrophic in nature, which is capable of synthesizing the food. And fungal component is mycobiont, which is heterotrophic, which depends upon the algae for the food. Therefore, this is the character of the lichen. Algae prepare food for fungi and fungi provide shelter and absorb mineral nutrition and water for its partner. Lichens are very good pollination indicators. They do not grow in pollinated area. This is one of the indication that the environment has got polluted. These never grow in the polluted area. That is one of the indication that the organism has got polluted. This will be the last content of that virus, viroids and prions. With this, we have concluded the lesson called the biological classification.